Hello guys, Lit here. So I think at this point we already heard that Abyss is bad and it's not dropping anything and all that stuff. I think there's a whole tweet from Falcon explaining about that. And then we do got a buff from the week 1 patch, which is only the chest, and they add a little bit more chest on the Abyssal Depth, and they do make the Abyssal Depth boss fight a lot faster. So that's a bit of a buff, I guess. I'm just curious, how bad is Abyss exactly? So in this video, we're going to find that one out. So what part of the Abyss that give you loot? Let's try killing monster. Well, nope. I tried with Rifts, I tried with Horror Traditions, Horror Nemesis, adding currency on the maps, and adding Deliriums and all that stuff. The monster just didn't drop anything. Yeah, scaling the monster doesn't seem to work. So the next option is a chest. At the end of the day, this is what PoE1 has become. This is a box simulator game for a while. So, you know, you want loot, you click boxes. So let's try to scale the chest. Well, about that, there's a multiple chests on Abyss. There's only 2 that are good, or at least do something. The first one is currency chest, the second one is Scarab chest. Now, both of them have 3 variants, which is the small one, the big one, and lightless one. The small one, hot garbage, throw them in the trash can. They just dropped way too little stuff. And then the big one is okay, I guess. Like it's kind of mid. Like the Scarab dropped you a decent amount of Scarab, but it doesn't really respect your Atlas. So most of the time, you're not going to get anything good from them. And the currency, it's the same thing. Most of the time, you're just going to get some bubblegum currency, like Chaos Orb, Scour, Fall Orbs, all that stuff. Once in a while, you get Divine. Once in a while, you get Thing from the Scarabs. And for the lightless one, they're more or less the same with the big one. It's a little bit better, maybe, but to be honest, it doesn't really noticeable for me personally. So that is the 2 boxes that we can try to farm on the Abyss. Now, let's just begin with the Scarab first, because I think for me, personally, this is the most absurd one. So in order to able to get the Scarab chest in the first place, you will need to take these notes, get it in darkness, which going to take you at least 4 passage point. And if you need some extra passing point, this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You spend 6 passage point to a node that gives you a chance to get a Scarab chest. And you heard me right, it's a chance. But hold on, we haven't got to the worst part yet. The worst part of the Scarab chest is you only able to get maximum 1 Scarab chest per maps. And that is at the last pit that you close, or in the Abyssal Depth. Because both of them appear at the last pit, which is like, why? I have no idea. Somebody apparently think that this is a good idea and it's going to work. Don't ask me why. I really couldn't figure out why, because it doesn't make sense and you really do not need to be a genius to see that that's not going to work. So that is the Scarab chest. It's pretty grim. Most of the time you're not even going to see them. If you see them, you get something good, you happy. If you're not, you know, you just move on. That's about it. And that brings us to the currency chest, which is the only part of this entire mechanic that you can actually like somewhat skill. And next, let's talk about the Abyssal Depth. Is there anything good about the Abyssal Depth? Well, not really, because you go inside the Abyssal Depth, you clear the way, you kill the bosses, you get 3 lightless box, which is a little bit better than this big box, maybe, and you get 3 of them. The problem with these 3 boxes is it's not even a guaranteed currency of Scarabs. So there is a chance you go inside the Abyssal Depth, you spend 30-40 seconds there if you fast, and you get there 3 boxes and 3 of them is shit. Like, I don't know, some random boxes that do not drop you anything. So you just wasted that 30-40 seconds. If you're fast, if you're slower, you're probably going to spend like a minute, probably more inside the Abyssal Depth, and you get nothing from them. And what about the Abyssal boss then? Well, the Abyssal boss drop you Stygian Vice and Darkness Enthroned. Both of them is good early on, but the value is very, very fast going downhill to the ground. That's just how it always goes. There is a new item that you can get from this boss, which is a fragment that you're going to need to fight the Abyss boss, like the big Abyss boss. And the big Abyss boss can drop the new unique jewel for Abyss, which is now become popular, right? So you might think that, oh, the fragment can be valued, and not really, because the fragment that you get from this boss is like 5C. So the boss is also don't give you much. So Abyssal Depth is, for me personally, it's bad, like really bad. The amount of time you spend there is just not worth it. There's only one thing and one thing only that we can kind of scale, and hopefully that becomes something good, which is the currency chest. So what I did is basically putting 5 Abyss Scarabs, and each of them going to give you 2 additional pit, and every single pit have a chance to become currency boxes. And yes, it's a chance, obviously. This is part of Exile. It has to be RNG. So I do 2 tests, 20 map each. And before I give you the result, let me just give a little bit of the context. Empyrean Gaming, MP, do a test for Arcane Go. Arcane Go give you 15 defense per hours. And you would think that that will be the minimum, right? Like that is Arcane Go. You don't put any Scarab in, you just arc your map and go. Like that's the bare minimum you can do. And you will have thought that that will be the minimum that you get in this game. Well, let me introduce you to Abyss. The first session, I got 14 Divine per hours. If I go a little bit faster, which I think I can, we probably can get something like 17 Divine, which is not great still, but you know, I'm really trying to be fast. Each map is like less than 3 minutes. So you can see the drop, like you get a lot of like chaos. I get 4 Divine, which is pretty good, I guess, from the chest. And then you get a lot of bubblegum currency, and then your stock decks and all that stuff. You know, not very exciting. I got 1 second orb though, so this one is a little bit lucky. And then I do another sessions, which some of you probably can see. This one give me 12 Divine per hours. Even if I'm trying to be fast, this is 1 hour and 5 minutes for 20 maps. Let's say that I can do it in 1 hour. Like I'm just really fast, being really efficient. I got 14 Divine per hours, worse than fucking Arcane Go. This is Abyss, basically. I got 3 Divine here, a little bit Edge Chaos, but you know, bunch of bubblegum currency, Grand Edge Ember, and all that stuff. Yeah, how bad is Abyss? It's really bad. I will argue personally, if the mechanic gives you less than Arcane Go, something is wrong with that mechanic. Like, you don't need to be a genius to see that, right? I hope the logic is pretty obvious. Arcane Go is the bare minimum you can do in PoE 1, where you don't put anything, you just make your map rare and you go. You cannot make less than Arcane Go. So obviously really bad. I just don't understand why they don't see it. But then, is there anything good from Abyss? Like, is it all bad? Well, there's some good things, and there's a few things you can do too. For example, like the first one you can do is drop the Beyond. Because I try to get like more currency from Beyond. You can drop the Beyond and you can go for Kalgurans. This will give you ore, and you can do King's March and ship the ore, and you get more currency from them, right? Based from the MP testing, the shipment seems to be pretty good with 1 million shipment every time. So that's something you can do. Instead of going Beyond, we can go for Kalgurans. The second thing you can do is gem leveling, because Abyss is pretty good in terms of EXP. Like that's the only salvation that I can find on this mechanic. Like at least it gives you good EXP. Because of this not over here, Abyssal Army, it grants 50% increased experience, and Abyss does spew out a lot of monsters. So the EXP is pretty good. So if you want to like, you know, just level up and get something like 10 defense per hour, something like that, you can go Abyss. Like at the very least you get something, you get level, right? You try to level up. You can go for Abyss. Abyss is pretty good in terms of the ESP. And you can also level up gems. For example, like Enlighten, Empower, or Greater Support gems. Buy level 1 and then level them to level 3. And then you can sell them, or you can gamble them in the Alpha Temples. If you get like level 4, you hit the big money. That's something you can do. It's up to you. But that is something you can do with Abyss, because it does give decent amount of experience. And yeah, so that is basically Abyss. It definitely needs some help. So hopefully GGG will at some point actually do something about ground loot. Maybe someday we will see PoE 1 team actually doing their work and doing their job. Because PoE 2 right now is really good. The only thing that coming to my mind is just like, why I'm playing PoE 1. Like I can play this thing in PoE 2, I will have a very good time. Like once again, not trying to compare the two games. It's just like it's night and day. Like everyone who play PoE 2 and now you play PoE 1, it's pretty obvious. Like PoE 2, you can farm anything. The ground loot is there, the tile loot is there. Everything you do give you some reward. So you know you can do anything you want. It's open up the possibility for you to be creative with things in PoE 1 right now. Well, the only way you can get fucking loot is open boxes. And I think that's pretty sad, in my opinion. Like, some people may disagree, but if I play ARPG and the loot that I get is from chests or boxes, to be honest, I'm not very happy with it. But once again, that's my opinion. Yeah, so that is my testing with Abyss. And as usual, if you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comment below. Or you have any suggestion on what mechanics should I test next, leave it in the comment below too. And thank you everyone for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one.